Good morning, students. Today's class is transcription. Transcription is the process of transfer of sequence information from DNA to RNA. The DNA strand whose nucleotide sequence is complementary to the RNA. You can see here RNA, and the DNA strand which is complementary to the sequence of RNA is known as antisense strand, and the other strand whose base sequence is identical to that of mRNA. That means this sequence will be identical to the RNA, but except T in DNA and U in RNA. You can see here T, and here it will be U. The strand which is identical to the mRNA is known as sense strand, and strand to which mRNA is complementary is known as antisense strand. The enzyme which is responsible for the transcription is RNA polymerase, both in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. This RNA polymerase moves along the strands of DNA and synthesize RNA 5' to 3' direction. So the synthesis of RNA is always from 5' to 3' direction. The enzyme moves along the template DNA, synthesizing RNA in 5' to 3' direction using the ribonucleoside triphosphates, RNTPs. The chemical reaction catalyzed by RNA polymerase is similar to that of DNA polymerase. We have already seen DNA polymerase, which is making copies of DNA. 5' POO4 end and 3' OH end, they form phosphodiester bond. One difference between RNA polymerase and DNA polymerase: RNA polymerase do not need a starting point or starting OH end. It can start from the space, whereas DNA polymerase requires primer. No requirement of primer for RNA polymerase. This is the difference between DNA polymerase and RNA polymerase. The DNA site to which RNA polymerase molecule bind to accomplish the process of transcription is known as promoter. You can see always a promoter to the upstream part of a gene. So DNA polymerase generally bind to this promoter. The promoter also tells the polymerase where to start synthesis and to which direction that to be proceeded. The first nucleotide corresponding to the position at which transcription begins is labeled as +1. Is called starting site. The best characterized RNA polymerase are those of eubacteria, for which E. coli is the typical example. We'll just discuss the structure of RNA polymerase of E. coli. A single RNA polymerase is responsible for synthesis of all mRNAs. That means there are rRNA, tRNA, mRNA. Single RNA polymerase is synthesizing all these RNAs. This enzyme can be separated into two components. The first part is core enzyme and next part is a sigma factor. The core enzyme is a multimer comprising two copies of alpha subunit and one copy is beta and beta dash. You can see this is alpha, alpha, beta and beta dash. It has general affinity for DNA and is responsible for elongating the RNA chain. When this core enzyme join with a factor known as sigma factor, then forms hollow enzyme. The resultant hollow enzyme loses much of its affinity for random DNA and binds tightly to the promoter sequence. Once these two parts joins, suppose the sigma factor joins here, this enzyme will get an affinity to promoter region. Okay, so we can say in another way that sigma factor helps the polymerase to bind onto the promoter. Then the RNA synthesis begins. Look this picture we can see RNA polymerase, and this is sigma factor. They recognize the promoter region. Once they recognize the promoter region, then the transcription starts. We can see a transcription bubble. Transcription bubble means when RNA polymerase attaches to the DNA, it slowly denatures the portion where RNA synthesis takes place. It looks like a bubble. So these transcription bubbles are an indication that there is transcription taking place. Okay, so we can broadly classify transcription into 3 steps. The first step is initiation. The RNA polymerase bind to the promoter and they forms transcription bubble, and first base is actually added and to the +1 side or to the transcription side, and the transcription starts. Till this we call the process as initiation. Once the initiation completes, the RNA polymerase will move towards one side of DNA and synthesize RNA in 5' to 3' direction. You can see here this is 5'. So the newly synthesized RNA will move or always synthesize from 5' to 3'. Now the sigma factor dissociates, so RNA polymerase can easily move through the coding strand. The process of elongation starts. Elongation means continuously the RNA nucleosides phosphates are added to the growing RNA chain, and the transcription bubble will move over the DNA towards terminator. Now when the terminator sequence reaches, one more factor actually joins with RNA polymerase. That factor is Rho factor. This Rho factor joins with RNA polymerase that actually dissociates the RNA, then RNA polymerase and DNA separately. So the process of stopping transcription is known as termination. Let us look termination region. When the RNA polymerase reaches on the region known as terminator, you can see a factor that is Rho factor gets added to the transcription complex. That means this added to the RNA polymerase, and which dissociates newly formed RNA and RNA polymerase and DNA separately. So all the 3 components get separated after the addition of Rho factor. Okay, so this is known as termination. So RNA polymerase is attached to the promoter, moves all over the coding strand and reaches the terminator, and at the terminator the process ends. Now we can see the DNA, RNA polymerase and RNA all get separated. So transcription ends here. If we see in eukaryotes, situation is slightly more complex. That means there are 3 RNA polymerases who carry out the process of RNA synthesis. RNA polymerase 1 that forms rRNA, RNA polymerase 2 that forms mRNA, and RNA polymerase 3 which carry out the transcription to form tRNAs and some small RNAs. The basic mechanism of polymerization of RNA by these RNA polymerase resembles that of prokaryotes. The basic mechanism is same: initiation, elongation and termination. This implies that even in case of eukaryotes, the RNA is assembled in 5' to 3' direction and from the 4 RNTPs under the guidance of DNA template. But a significant difference between the E. coli and eukaryotic RNA polymerase is that none of the eukaryotic polymerase can directly recognize the promoter. Where we can see E. coli RNA polymerase dictate promoter with the help of sigma factor. Here large number of transcription factors required for the process of initiation, for the process of elongation, as well as for the process of termination. Okay, so this is the major differences between transcription of eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Thank you.